Hi everyone, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and I'm sorry I haven't made any soap or soap videos for you in a long time. Well, I actually have made some soap, but I did that at a local California branch of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild meeting that we had in Long Beach, California. And that's kind of what brings me to give you this message today, and that is, I've been an artist and crafter and all this stuff, and many times we work in isolation. So, my message to you is if you can possibly do it, just find a group of people that do the same things that you love to do, because that energy really feeds what you do and you learn so much from each other. And that's exactly what happened at this meeting. And it was awesome. We had such a variety of things that people brought to share. And I made the soap showing a blend of mica techniques. So I'm going to show you that. I can't show you the making of, but I can show you the unmolding of. The other thing that happens if you do a workshop on making of soap, usually, unless you think ahead or unless you had time to make another soap just like that ahead of time, is you can show the making of, but you can't show the cutting or the unmolding. But I wanted to share with the participants of that group and to all of you the unmolding of this soap called Exhilaration, and that is based on the name of the fragrance that I use from Nurture Soap. And I want to thank Carrie at Nurture Soap for sponsoring all my supplies for that event. That was just very generous of her and her products. And micas are just awesome. So let's get on with the unmolding of this soap. It's been over 24 hours, and this is ready to unmold. And the first thing I want to show the people who I met in Long Beach, who saw this making of part, that the green really morphed back into its nice lime green color. And it's typical of a lot of green micas, and maybe colorants in general, that the greens really go through quite a change. It turns into this almost, what do you call it, oxidized spinach color, which is not really beautiful. But if you work with green quite a bit, you'll know that it morphs, then it morphs back again. So this is coming out easier than it has in a long time. Part of it is it's been in the mold a little bit longer, so you can't see it, but the inner sleeve is coming out. Part of it is if you don't raise it straight up, it gets a little stuck because it's pretty snug. It's probably time for me to cornstarch the inside of the mold again between the wood and the silicone lining, but it's easy enough. Just have to be a little patient. There we go. There's a bit of an airlock, and actually as I was doing that, the soap has fallen out of the silicone already, with the exception of a few bars. I'll be trimming these down. So it's become even more pastel. The soap that is combined with the colorant has become a little bit more opaque, but the mica drizzles have retained its brilliance. So that's pretty cool. You get a layering of types of color that way. Gives it more depth. I turned them because I'm taking a look at which direction it looks best. This one was stuck in the liner. And then I'll be beveling them as well. The last color was the gold mica drizzle. There's some questions that were asked when I did this demonstration. I didn't have the clean hands to reach in my pocket to look at it, but it's fragranced at about maybe a little less than 4.5% fragrance, and this can be fragranced with Exhilaration fragrance from Nurture soap to as strong as 6%. And this really morphed. We smelled this out of the bottle and I kind of thought, what is this scent? And more of the citrus notes are now noticeable after the cure. So definitely a nicer smelling soap than right out of the bottle. And a message to the people was great to meet you all, and had fun learning from the other presenters as well. We had a great time. They fed us as well, which was great. I like the movement in this one. And now that green is just beautiful. So with the cure, this soap I think ended up being a lot nicer than it was in the mold. Try to show how I get some movement by doing the swirl. Kind of smeared the colors into each other. And right in this area right here, there's orange and there's green, and then there's this blending in between to give this subtle change of color, gradient of color. So that's what we were there to notice with this technique. It's very hard to do that in other techniques. This one shows more of that, all these gradual color changes in this area are really hard to do in a loaf mold when you're pouring. There's always going to be like a seam inside the loaf mold when you do color against color. This one has a little bit more of that gradient right there. Gives a nice look. The gradient right in there. And one last one. So thanks for watching. Everyone else, I'm sorry there's no making of this time, but I did want to show at least the unmolding of this one. And I'll have some pictures that follow that show what these look like all cleaned up, and I have some more soaps coming. Thanks for hanging in there and waiting for me, because I got very busy and was unable to make videos for a while, but I'm still going to be busy, so I'll do the best that I can. And in the meantime, thanks for checking out my Instagram. I'm trying to continue to do my 2 days of uploading every day to that, so you can at least see what I'm up to. And we'll check in with you soon, okay? Bye, everybody. And you stick around and get my vegetable peeler and bevel the edges. So I'll show the beveling on a couple of these just to show you what I do. I've done this before, but I just thought I'd show you the process again. Just gives it a more finished look. And it feels better in the hand, I think. Okay. So there it goes. I'm going to finish these up and photograph them and show you what they look after that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.